Hello guys, just wanted to quickly make this video as well. So this is a quick demonstration of the chart of accounts that I'll be creating from the capital assets all the way to the end. So I'm not gonna say anything. You guys can see me creating these accounts here, and that may help you. All right. So you guys see that here we created the subgroup accounts for the equipment, and then we do a subgroup total to do a net book value for that equipment. And we do that with all the capital assets. Now we finish creating the all the capital assets. So we do total net capital assets. We're starting the liability account. So first we have the title as current liabilities. The HSC charged on sales and purchase, they are supposed to put together, so we make the sub accounts. Now this is subgroup total. Now we finish with the current liabilities, so we do total for the group. Excuse me. Now we start the equity. Now this one we make this retained earning account, because this is where we're going to close the shareholder close our net income at the end of the year. 3040, sorry, 3030 is your addition. Oops. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just change the name to 3040, because it's supposed to be 3030. Okay, that's fine. Then 3040 is our drawing account. Then we have 3050, where we're gonna put them together, and we'll call this as a net capital before current earnings. So if you guys recall your accounting 111, your current earnings will stay in this account 3600, and then as soon as the fiscal year end is closed, this current earning has to close to your capital account. It always gets close to your retained earning account, so that means that once the year end is done, it will take this balance and close it into 3020 account and get added as your total capital. So this amount number 3050 will be a subtotal before your current earnings. That means your current earning for the current period will always be there. Okay, so now we finish with this. Now we're going to finish the total with 3699, and we'll make this total owners equity. That's my total. Now we start with the revenue. 4,000 sales revenue. Now this one also subgroup. Oh, sorry, first we had to put a heading. So this is not a subgroup, this is a heading. See, that's why it's giving me error, because there was no heading, because you need a header to have all your posting accounts to be posted. So here we're going to say sales, kitchen, cabinet, and that's subgroup account, revenue. Then we have 4020 sales, kitchen sink, that's also subgroup revenue. Then 4030 sales, kitchen accessories, that's also subgroup. Then you want to do is 4099 to do a subgroup for sales. So you say total sales, which will add all these subgroup accounts. So we do a subgroup total. Now we will do is 4010 as sales return and make this subgroup account. Sorry, it's posted because we already have 4010. This is actually 4210. It won't let you enter the same account number again. And then we do 4220. I'll make this sales discount subgroup again. And then we'll do is 4229 and we'll make this a total for these, saying sales return and discount or allowance, whatever you want to call this, and we'll make this a subgroup total. So technically it will say how much will be the total of these sales return and discount, and then we'll finish with the total for the revenue, and we make that as 4399 as sales net, and that's my group heading. And then this company also have other revenue. So what they did, they created a separate category for other revenue. So they actually created a separate header. You don't have to, but this company wants you to do that way. So we'll create that and we'll make a handling fees account as other revenue account and make a group account, and then have to do a total as well for 520. Make this total other revenue. So if you have any non-operating revenues, you can put them right here, and this will be my total for the group. Okay, now come into the expenses. So expenses, the first category we have is cost of goods sold. So I'll create a header. So here this is on expense, is cost of goods sold. So I'll make sure I put the right category. Not that it matters, but when for presentation purposes, it goes to a certain location. So I want to make sure that we have the right category selected. Ready? I had something selected, that's why it was telling me that to create that account first before you move into that account. So I said I don't want to create that, so it will take me out from this line to move into the next line. So you always learn that, always make sure you read the error. It will tell you what happened and why the error does exist. So now we will get into the other category, 5300 store expenses. All right, so now what we have done is we finished creating all the accounts. Now to check, what I have to do is I have to click on validate. I know there's an error on this, but I don't want to show you guys, but I want to show you guys how this happens. I mean, how do you rectify the errors? So what I will do is I click on validate. So if I click on validate, here you get the message. Your count are not in the logical order. The reason that there is a missing subgroup total before 1499. So before 1499 is missing a subtotal. So here we have a subgroup account, subgroup account, subgroup account. We should have a subgroup total. The problem was 1429 is supposed to be a subgroup total. Now that makes sense. So now we have finished the subgroup total, then we do a heading, and then we go into the following accounts. Then I click on validate again. So your account are not in the logical order because there's a missing group total before 4399. So let's look at 4399. So here it says there's a group heading, but what was the group heading before? Was this sales revenue. We have a subgroup, subgroup total. We have subgroup, we have a subgroup total. Now after the subgroup total, we created the group heading, but first we have to close this group total. So now what I have to do is after the 4399, let's go back here. 4399 was my sales net. So technically I was not supposed to, so say 4399, let's look back at 4399. Okay, so we're missing actually 4229 is a subgroup total. Okay, so here's a mistake. So I made that account as a group heading, but it was actually a group total because we create a group heading here. So therefore this has to be a group total. So now I click validate. The accounts are in the logical order. Okay, so now it says that the accounts are logical order. But the other thing I have to make sure that I'm not supposed to put an account. I think here I made an error. I put the account number in the amount column. So I have to make sure everything is 0 because I want to come back to this to enter the balances later on. So what I'll do is I click close. So if you try closing it without changing that amount, it would have stopped you to do that because you have to make sure the accounts has 0 balances, the debit should equal to credit. So we're going to come back to the same screen again when we go into step number 7. So this is how you create the accounts. Okay, so I'll close the video and then we'll start with step number 5 in the next video. Take care, everyone.